I'd like to call the Utility Advisory Commission regular meeting to order on March 5th, 2026. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have 5 members here today, so we have a quorum. We'll move on to the consent. No first public comments. Since we have no one here from the public, we'll move on to the consent agenda. All matters listed within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member for study. These items are considered to be routine and will be enacted upon by one motion with no separate discussion. If separate discussion is desired on an item, that item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. Are there any items any members of the commission would like removed from the consent agenda? Seeing none, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
All motion.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Augustine, seconded by Commissioner Plon. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. There is no old business to discuss tonight, so we'll move on to new business. First item of new business is to consider a recommendation to the City Council to enter into an agreement with Pentair Cogent for the repair and motor rebuild for the primary Hillsdale Water Treatment Plant intake pump.
Good evening. How's everybody doing this evening?
Great.
Pretty good.
Good. Hillsdale water intake. We've had a pump failure, and to be honest with you, we've actually got 2 of them. We've sent one pump in, had it analyzed at Pentair. It had a bearing failure. I think in your package you'll see the photographs of the unit. They tore it down, and cost to repair that pump is $41,755. Pretty expensive unit, but we would recommend for the Utility Advisory Committee to approve those repairs. We did get a quote for a replacement pump, new one, which was $88,594. So significantly quite a bit less to do repairs than to purchase a new motor and pump.
Is this one of the existing pumps at Hillsdale? Because I remember we're starting a new thing of adding more pumps, right?
We're actually in the process right now of a redesign of the Hillsdale intake structure, which is going to have a different type of pump. These pumps that we're using now are a submersible pump, and the pumps that they will be replaced with will be a vertical turbine style pump. Our problem or our scenario is, from what I understand visiting with staff, we have significant failures of this style of pump. That's part of the reason we're going to the vertical turbine pump and the new intake design structure and moving away from these submersible pumps.
So this would be like repair it for now and then maybe replace it with the newer style when that project is complete.
That is correct.
Okay. That makes
What
sense.
is the expected life of these?
Well, the expected life should be about 20 or 30 years, but we are not getting that out of any of these pumps that we've put in there. Visiting with staff, and especially Lisa, she's very knowledgeable on these, and this is part of the main drive why they've selected to go the vertical turbine pumps instead of the submersible on the new intake structure.
So do you know when you'll be doing the new one?
The Hillsdale intake structure, right now, we're working or finishing up with a 60% design on the engineering. And we're hoping that maybe we'll go out for bids on that and see what those cost in. We'll be bringing that to you guys for approval. But hopefully here, maybe in the next couple of months, we'll have some numbers on that. And then we'll be able to put a timeline on that, when that project's actually gonna start.
So you're still in the
We're-
design phase?
Yeah, we're still,
I
you
remember
know,
them talking about it. I remember talking about it.
a couple years out,
Yeah,
maybe, worst
couple years
case.
ago, where we approved for them to start doing that.
Is there a warranty with the repair or?
No, there's not, and that's kind of the sad dilemma, is you spend that kind of money on a repair and you get no warranty or
Oh, I thought
nothing.
it said you had,
Is it
1
under
year.
warranty?
I thought it said 1 year warranty.
If it did, I missed that, and I would have to.
It said 1 year warranty for the repair, but if you bought the new one, that would have a 3-year warranty.
Well, the new one is, the 3-year warranty was an additional expense, and we weren't gonna
Right.
elect to go that additional expense. I mean, to try to take it out to make it comparable to what we're comparing to with the repair. But you are correct, there is a 1-year warranty
Because
with
it
it.
would be about 47,000 for 1 year, but for twice that, it would be 3 years warranty.
Well, the extended 3-year warranty on top of the 88,000 is another almost $9,000.
Yeah,
Right.
8,800, so,
But
for,
still, you're talking about 100,000 and about 50,000. You're talking about 1 year warranty as opposed to 3 years.
but I see where they're going there. If they're changing the whole design of everything, they're wanting to repair to try and get it to last until they finish the project, and then they can switch everything over. And
Do you
so
think
But we don't
You
know
don't
the
wanna
timeframe
spend
of
the
that.
much.
Do we know
Well,
the
we're
timeframe?
anticipating that we'll be out of this within 3 years. And we also have an extra pump that we're gonna be bringing back to you to get it repaired. So to put it bluntly, we're pump happy.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get a couple repaired, so we're thinking we can get 2 pumps repaired basically for the cost of buying 1 pump, and that gives us more redundancy.
Okay,
And then when
Plus,
the
it's a
project,
faster turnaround.
yeah.
and then when the project's done, we switch over to the new style, and we don't have to spend we spend as little as possible.
So does this approval have to go to the city council also?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it said it was good for 30 days, and that's gonna be up like March 8th.
Now, we will be all right with our quote. We've talked to the vendor.
Okay,
Yep.
Do you feel confident that the rebuild could get you 3 years?
We're hoping it does. We're gonna cross our fingers. That's all we can do. We haven't had a lot of success with getting these rebuilt, but, you know, we're taking a dart and we're throwing it at the dartboard.
All right, so the pictures in here are our actual pump tore down at Pentair?
Yes.
All right, so if I'm looking on page 5 of 7, where it talks about a minimum charge of $7,000 per pump will be assessed after the pump is received and inspected. And then also on page 6, it says pump would be properly cleaned and decontaminated prior to arriving at PSG facility. Otherwise, it's subject to a $4,500 cleaning fee. Those numbers would already be accounted for in the $41,775.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, if we get the pump repaired there, then we get credit for those numbers.
Okay.
so if this repair doesn't last more than 1 year, you're gonna have to pay another 47,000, possibly.
Possibly. And that's the thing with these warranties too. They're pretty specific. So depending on what fails, our experience has been they've had a out clause, and the warranty does not mean anything. It's a catch-22.
Now,
It's just like with trying to rebuild a car part and stuff.
right, yeah.
So would it be more beneficial to go with the brand new one?
Well, our concern is time to get another one in place. Our two spares, we've got one in service, so we're out any backup, and we're just starting to move into our heavy season. So that's why we feel the repair is probably the best overall investment for the community to move forward.
So are they in line in terms of for service, or when one goes down, we have to yank it out, take the one off the shelf, and put it back in?
Yep.
All right. So right now, there's no extras on the shelf.
There's no extras on the shelf, but we're full pump.
Right. We're not down a pump.
Right. We're a full pump service.
We're still at
right?
capacity.
Yep.
We just don't have the backup in case the bad thing happens.
Right.
So then when we get it back in, does this one then just go on the shelf to become the backup,
Yeah.
or does it just get switched back in for some
No,
reason?
this one will go on the shelf for a backup, and we've got our other backup. We're taking it in right now to get it evaluated to see where we're at with it.
Okay.
And the Hillsdale project is putting in, is it 4 new pumps, if I remember correctly?
I believe that's correct.
So once that's done, we'll have 4 pumps compared to our 2. So we just need to get this to last until that project is done. So I would agree with the rebuild and.
Yeah, I think so.
Time seems more important than price.
Well, I think having it on the shelf is probably.
Mhm.
the most
Yeah,
important.
peace of mind.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I motion to approve the Pentair rebuild of the pump.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Plon, seconded by Commissioner Waller. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2, consider authorizing the city administrator to sign the KMEA REC directive to sell the city of Gardner's WAPA RECs and allow KMEA to manage the REC moving forward.
This is our WAPA hydro electric source, because that's theoretically in my book, that's a renewable source, is hydro clean energy. They get credited what we call RECs. And over the years, the city of Gardner's participation, we have accumulated about $3,580 worth of RECs. And we're asking the UAC to give us authorization to sell those RECs, get a credit, and then have KME in the future continue to manage those RECs, and then try to, as they accumulate, sell those at the best offer that's out there on the market. Right now, they are a marketable item. In the past, they haven't been, but WAPA, Western Area Power Administration, has changed their ruling, and they now allow us to sell those. So it's kind of a little bonus at the end of the year type scenario, way to look at it. Helps bring our power costs down a little bit. It's not a lot of dollars in the whole scheme of things, but every nickel does count.
So it's kind of like having solar panels, and you're generating more than you're using, and you're selling off the extra you generated to someone else.
That's a way to look at it, but these are actually a renewable energy credit that actually has nothing to do with energy. It's just the green credit or the green rebate that the hydro generates.
Okay. So it doesn't have anything to do with the amount of energy produced. It's just a rebate that we get because we're doing hydro. And
Yep.
okay. So I guess.
And it looks like you had 25,820 RECs, RECs, and that would bring you $3,580.
That is correct.
And that's about almost 14 cents for each one. Now, their registry or transaction fees shows it to be about 3 cents. Do you anticipate that fluctuating, the transaction?
Yeah, those, over the years, are gonna change. Right now, from what I understand, KMEA is working with what they call Nebraska Municipal Power Pool, who serves customers out in Colorado, and because of the Colorado environment, the way they handle their energy, there's some entities out there that are after these RECs because they're green credits. And so right now, they're kind of maybe at a premium price, where maybe next year, depending on what happens in the market, we may see less, we may see more.
But it seems to be a small amount.
It is.
Overall.
So what would those, I guess, I mean, it's only 3,000, but what would those be earmarked for? Or toward? So if we sell them, where's it, what is the money gonna, just like go in the general fund for the city?
The money will come back and it'll be a credit back into the wholesale power bill. So, you know, if we've spent, and I don't know the number off the top of my head, but whatever we spent for wholesale power, this should be a credit towards that power cost. So
For the city?
For the city.
Gotcha, okay. So it would be earmarked specifically for
Yep.
that.
So if we do not sell them, what, they just continue to sit there and they're just on the shelf there to, like, look at this thing that I have? Is that
Yep.
all?
That's pretty much it. But if we don't, theoretically, if we don't sell them, I think they're,
Do they expire?
they will expire. That is correct. So we can't hang on to them forever.
Can't hang on to them. They expire. What? I guess I mean, like, if somebody else wants to buy them, right? I'm probably for it. I'm just trying to understand what the other companies are going to do with them.
Well, a lot of companies that are polluting, or depending on what their operating environment is, needs green credits to offset that. And that's how they do that. This is all digital. So if you're a company out there generating so many cubic feet of CO2 or whatever, these credits, you buy these credits and they offset that CO2 emission.
So we're helping.
It's just a scam.
We're helping someone.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Because we're
If
doing-
you give me money, your pollution isn't as bad, right? Like, that's what this is.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean,
It's money for us.
right.
I mean, they're doing
Just
it anyways.
trying to understand it.
Yeah, they're gonna do it anyways. So
Yep.
we'll get the cash out.
Right, yeah. So then going forward, allow KMEA to manage the RECs moving forward. So tell me about that.
So what will happen is next year, whatever our RECs are, KMEA will just automatically take those to the market, try to find the best price, get our credit, and move on. And we won't have this discussion moving
How
forward.
much do they
But the
charge?
transaction fees, are they variable?
They could be. We don't know. But the thing is, we don't have the tools to manage these, and you've got to have it's kind of like selling stock. You've got to have the inside trader knowledge. We don't have that. Overall, this is the best option. This is what most
Yeah.
communities are doing, is they're just taking those RECs, letting KME bundle them, because that's another thing. KME's taking everybody's RECs, putting them all in a bucket, and they're selling the whole bucket. They're not just selling ours, they're selling others, which makes it more attractable.
Right, like when a bank sells off 1,000 mortgages at one time, right? They're
Yep.
not just selling yours; they're selling,
Yep.
hundreds or thousands at a time. Or moving forward, you say next year, right? Is it just a once a year transaction where they sell these, or?
Generally, that's correct.
Okay.
We'll accumulate them over a year, or we might accumulate them for a couple years, and then they'll sell them.
What if WAPA decides to stop it and change their ruling?
I don't think they will. The way they've got it written in the contract now, it would require a contract change, and I don't wanna say these wrecks are valuable, but they are a pretty nice little asset depending on what your WAPA allocation and your output is.
Are there any
So,
other
oh, I was just gonna ask, like, do you know, okay, I'm reading it here again. So our 25,000 came from about a decade worth of time almost. Is that right? 2015 through 24?
Well, I thought it was,
No, yeah, it says accumulated 25,000 banked recs from 2015
Yeah.
to 24 and now,
Okay.
now eligible for
Mhm.
sale.
Right. So like then a year from now,
It's
we
gonna be
we might
penny-
have like 2,500 of
It's
these
gonna be
things
pennies
for
on the
sale,
dollar.
and so they'll be like, here's $100 or something.
Exactly.
Right.
It's gonna be
okay.
pennies on the
All right. Fair enough. I was hoping for another
Yeah,
$3,500
it's like, if we're
a
doing
year,
that, if we're
right?
doing
Like,
that, it's like every year.
no. It's not very much for that many years.
Right. Yep.
okay.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion or recommendation. I'll entertain a motion on this, for this recommendation. It's right in front of me.
I motion to approve our recommendation to the city council to approve the city administrator to sign the KMEA REC management form, which will authorize KMEA to sell current banked RECs and manage all future WAPA hydro RECs on the city's behalf.
I second. Oh, you can have it.
I'll second. I have a motion from Commissioner Waller and a second from Commissioner Edwards. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I just thought I'd give you guys a quick rundown of kind of where we're at with staffing. That's kind of being a challenge anymore, trying to hire staff. It just seems like it's getting harder and harder. I don't know where everybody's going to work at, but we're having a hard time finding staff. But basically, we'll just run down through this real quick. If you got any questions, stop me and I'll be more than glad to answer. But theoretically, at our top level, we're the SCADA specialist. We are currently advertising for that and receiving applications. We've done one interview process that we're evaluating, but we haven't had a lot of response for on that particular open position. Everything else on the screen there position is filled. You go. I'll let you flip them, Aaron. The next slide, utility manager staff, which is, partially our line maintenance. We're pretty much filled up, but I think we're short one maintenance worker in line maintenance. We've got some applications coming in for there, so we're really not too bad off. Electrical substation manager. We have one apprentice electrical operator position open. We're currently taking interviews and applications on that position now. The electrical distribution manager, his staff is full. Plant superintendent on the wastewater. One more slide, Aaron, please. We're short 2 operators, and we really haven't had much luck getting applications to fill those 2 positions. We're gonna try to look at some other options for advertisement and see what we can come up with, and try to see if we can find any able bodies to fill that. And water plant superintendent, she's got all of her positions full. So we're really not too bad off. We're short about 3 or 4 positions, and hopefully we can get some applicants in for those. And
Do you see a problem in getting those people in?
I don't see a problem, but it's just the lack of people applying.
Qualifying. Is it lack of people applying or lack of people qualifying?
Well, we're not getting very many applicants. So we're just, it's not even unqualified applicants. We're just not getting applicants. And
Could it be a monetary issue?
I don't know exactly what it is. I would think with the job force in this area, we would have a little better luck, but we just aren't getting them. And we've got to figure that out. You know, we've got to look at this and figure out why, but we're not the only ones. I know with my experience, other communities, other towns are having the same problem.
I don't know when they do it, but the church over next to Veterans Park, Grace? Anyway, whatever their name is, they always do a big job fair.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've set up there before, but
We're on some of the electrical side, we're kind of reaching out a little farther. We're putting some advertisement up into Nebraska, up into that area, and see what we can shake and see how that comes out. And then we probably might do the same thing with our water and wastewater operator scenario, is maybe start reaching out a little further, a little broader. But like I said, with the population here, which I'm not used to, but it's huge, I would think we'd have better luck, because most places I come from, you're required to live in the town that you're working for, or, you know, within maybe a 5-mile radius or something, a lot closer. And, you know, with the
Is
scenario,
that the requirement here?
no, we've
So
got,
you've advertised in the Kansas City area?
yes, yep. And that's why it doesn't register with me, but there's something going on, and we've got to dig into that and try to figure out what that is. But
I
we're
mean,
not.
sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to-
you're fine.
I was gonna say, if we get the people to apply that are not qualified, are we willing to train, or?
Oh yeah, I would. I mean, ideally, to me, I would like to find some young lad that lives here in Gardner that, for whatever reason, doesn't want to move on to a college or a trade school. And I mean, we've got apprenticeship programs for every position we have, and there's nothing better than getting a hometown kid and working him up through the apprenticeship program. And
I mean, to that point, have we,
Reached
went
out to the schools.
and went
Yeah.
over to the high school and talked to people?
yeah, we shake those trees, but
Okay, well, that's good.
it just can't get any nuts to fall out.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm surprised, like, especially the apprentice electric operators and stuff.
It's a good career. It really is.
Once you get mastership and stuff and that, I mean, that's.
Yeah, and the apprenticeship program we have they're all state approved, so you walk out of there with a state license. So it's not holding you down. You can come to us and get your license and get certified, and then go down the road someplace else if you want to. But hopefully, if we go through all that training and
We want
take
you
that
to
time,
stay.
we keep them.
Yeah,
And the salary is comparable to the other locations around here?
Yes.
Okay.
You said you're doing like to Nebraska and stuff, are we paying relocation?
We haven't had to cross that bridge, but that's something I think we take into consideration depending on the individual's experience. I mean, if we could find somebody that's got a lot of experience and maybe already has his license, it would be well worth digging into and trying to figure out a program to make that work.
Well, thank you for that. That's very helpful.
Yeah.
Any other questions on this? We can move on to the second discussion item, Dogwood Energy.
I just wanted to give you folks an update with the Dogwood Energy. Last year, the facility generated 147 gigawatts or a 10% power factor, which was 35% less than forecasted for the fourth quarter. But overall, we were 8% over the year due to a strong January and February. As you guys know, Dogwood's a huge impact to our wholesale power resource. They did have an extended outage in the fall. That outage started towards mid-October. It was supposed to be done by early December. They did not come back online. They had some problems, so we were out Dogwood the whole month of December pretty much, and then they did not come back online until January, which was a great asset because that's when we hit that cold weather. And if we wouldn't have had that up and operating, our power bills would have probably been a little bit higher than what they already were. Go ahead, Aaron. If you guys got any questions, just feel free to holler at me. As you can see, the plant's generation, you can see October, we were down quite a bit. November, no energy, and December, almost theoretically zero again. But overall, for the year, the plant did really well. Go ahead, Aaron. I think we've got a gas slide in here for you, maybe not. No, that's the financing. But overall, KMEA hedged quite a bit of gas for us for Dogwood last year, which brought our costs down, operating costs on the natural gas down quite a bit. And I don't think we've got it, Aaron.
We don't, okay, I'll look.
That's fine, thank you. So it's doing its job. It's, like I said, it's a good asset out there to have. One more, there we go. You know, we do have the CT damage that was there. We're still incurring those costs for that repair. You can see Gardner's overall cost for that repair is going to be about $659,000, a little over $659,000. You know, that's just part of owning a plant. It's just like owning your car, your house. The unexpected expense comes around, your air conditioner breaks, and you got to get it fixed. This payment, though, is being negotiated. There's some litigation going on. Go ahead, Aaron. Don't know where that's really headed. As this slowly comes together, we'll keep you informed that there is a law firm involved who specializes in insurance settlements on this thing. And hopefully maybe we can get some sort of settlement and reduce our exposure and our expenses that we may be exposed to with this CT failure. Go ahead, Aaron. As you may know or may not know, Dogwood was operating under the Dogwood DMP participators. Since E-Energy bought that out now, it's going to merge under the Dogwood Management Incorporated. It's really not going to change anything other than the name. This is all legal liability coverage for the owners. So we're going to shift the name from the Dogwood Participants to Dogwood Power Management Incorporated. Kelson Energy is still going to manage the plant and operate it for us. So there's really no change there. Go ahead, Aaron. We are working on refunding the bonds. That refunding ordinance is going to the city council on the 16th, the 16th. We would have brought those to you for your approval, but I did not get the ordinance itself from KMEA till today. So for the timing of this, we couldn't bring that to you, but we got to get it to the city council for approval because the bonds need to be renewed the 1st of April. Go ahead, Aaron. I don't know if you can see this, but it's pretty good, significant savings. We're anticipating about $1.8 million by refinancing that overall for the entire project. Go ahead, Aaron. This is just part of the refunding proposal calendar, how it's coming together. As you can see, Monday, March 16th, City of Gardner, Lisbro's resolution. So that's why you guys are not seeing that paperwork, and I do apologize, but it's just the timing of when we get it and when your agendas have to be posted in the city council. Go ahead, Aaron. That's fine. Anybody have any questions so far? Filling you with a lot of info.
I don't, but I mean, those mixes of towns, those seem really odd because Garden City's nowhere near here. Lindsberg's not really close to, are they just all together in KMEA? Is that why they're on? Okay.
Yep. They're all in KMEA, and I think a lot of it's just the timing of their meetings and when the paperwork gets out.
Oh, okay.
Is what it is. Give you some updates on some projects. The new building is coming along great. Got a few little hurdles, typical new building. We are anticipating probably trying to move in about the 1st of April. I would like, maybe if we can get IT to work with us, maybe have one of our meetings out there at the new building, and then you guys could get a tour of the new building as part of our meeting, so we'll see if we can put that together. Gardner's got a lot of things going on. Utilities is really busy. I am still getting organized, so I apologize if I look like a chicken running around with my head cut off, but hopefully things will get better. Wastewater treatment plant project, it's coming along good. It's on schedule. We are working with engineering for phase 2 of that plant. As you guys know, the phase 1 that we're working on right now gets us up to the half the capacity that we actually need to treat the wastewater flows that we anticipate with all the load or all the growth and development. So phase 2 of that, which we would like to maybe start this fall after the completion of phase 1. We are working on the design, what needs to be done. We'll be bringing that to you with an estimated cost of how we want to proceed with that project, hopefully here, maybe at the next meeting. One thing we're working on is our I&I, which is our infiltration, unaccounted flows into the wastewater treatment plant. We're figuring roughly right now it's about 50% of our plant capacity. It's huge. We're putting a plan together to start addressing that. It's going to be a slow process. It's not something that gets fixed overnight. We've got a lot of things that we've got to eliminate to see if that's our problem or not our problem. We've got some good solutions. I met with staff this week to start putting that plan together to start looking at that I&I problem. So,
Are you gonna tackle that with existing personnel, or are you gonna go outside?
right now, I think our goal is to grab a small area where the guys understand there might be a huge problem. Let's go in there, see what we can do, see what we can find, bring back to you folks what we see, what we think the solutions are, and then just kind of develop this plan in a step-by-step process and then work it from there.
Do you have a schedule or any kind of?
I'm hoping 3 things I want to try to get done here theoretically this year is this area, start getting some hard numbers of what the true I&I problem is in that area. Develop a campaign for public education on fixing your stool, sump pumps, those sort of things to try to see what that will eliminate, because those numbers could be bigger than what we suspect. And then come back sometime fall, late summer, and do some smoke testing on our area that we anticipate is really bad to see how many sump pumps are connected to the sewer system that should not be. And then that'll give us a good number going into the fall to start our budget for 28 with solutions, if that makes any sense.
No, sounds like a good plan.
I don't know if it's good, but that's what we're going to try to do. Water plant, we're currently reviewing the 60% drawings for the intake at Hillsdale. Try to get those drawings reviewed, make sure that the engineers have got everything we want and they look like what we need. Then we will be going out for bids on that to see what kind of dollar amount we'll be looking at for those improvements. We're working with engineers on the new transmission line from the Hillsdale water plant into town, seeing what that actually is going to take and putting those numbers together. We're also working with engineering on assessments of the clear well and the chlorine basins. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the water treatment plant, but we've got 2 huge concrete tanks. One is the chlorine basin and the other one's the clear well. Both of those tanks have some pretty good cracking. They're actually leaking a little bit of water. So we're trying to get those assessed to understand what repairs those actually need. We've got a preliminary report. We're trying to enhance that a little bit and see about maybe getting inside the tank, get some pictures inside so we can get a better assessment. So we have a better understanding of what repairs are needed so that when we come to you guys, we've got a good hard number of what it's going to cost or what our options are to move forward with those.
Kind of on that line, I remember, what was it, a year and a half ago, there was a project to tie our water system in with Johnson County.
From what I understand, that they found out that the two waters, the water from Johnson County and the water from Gardner, has a chemical imbalance, and it's not feasible to tie those two together.
Because I know they were wanting to do that for redundancy and backups. So that was scrapped.
Yep, that was scrapped. We are going out for bids for the detention ponds at the the water treatment plant. You guys are familiar, we have 2 detention ponds that need cleaning. Our contract's expired with those. It's another timing issue why you guys aren't seeing that, but that'll be at the city council meeting the 16th to get approval for those. We got very good, and I have to apologize, I didn't bring those numbers, but we actually got 3 bids. That's 1 more than we normally get, and we got some pretty good numbers. So I think that's turned out to be a positive move. Water line maintenance crews, those guys are really busy. We got the lift station project. That's probably about 30% complete. We've got the force main and the gravity main. They're probably both about 30% complete. Those projects are moving along pretty good. Of course, with this wet weather, they're all shut down now. During January, when we had the good dry weather, everything was getting done. But with this wet weather, things have slowed down. Crews are working heavily on new developments. We got a lot of new development going in, new water lines, new sewer lines, trying to get those wrapped up, get those going for the development team out there. And we are working on a water line replacement project for between Center and Elm Street, across the street here in this alley. We've got a section of water line that needs to be changed out. We're working on putting the bid specs together for that and get that bid. We'll be bringing that to you guys once we get that all done for approval to get that project done. Electric distribution guys, basically just getting development, electrical services out in developments. And we have the bids out right now for generator 1 project rebuilt like you did last year with generator 2. That is out for bids right now. That'll get opened this month. So we'll be bringing that to you guys in April for your approval. Subs 4, the new sub 4 and sub 1 transformer replacements, those projects are moving forward. We are waiting for our transformer delivery dates. As you guys know, both those transformers are coming from Korea. It'll be interesting to see what happens because we've got some tariff issues going on. I think some of those have gotten resolved, but I'm not going to say 100% yet, so we'll see. But I think we anticipate those transformers to be here in about July. But the rest of the projects are all other associated projects that go with that. Everything's moving forward as scheduled. And that's pretty much it, unless somebody's got some questions or wants to see something different or something I missed.
Were you able to figure out the APPA reliability?
Yes, we did. And I've got that for the next meeting.
Oh, good.
We'll get you caught up we've got 24, 25 stacked on top of each other so you can see a couple years, and we've already started our 26 years, so you'll see theoretically 3 years, or not really 3 years, but 2 years and where we're at currently.
Good. And the next thing, last meeting, you said that you would give us a look at the 2026 fees.
Ooh, I'm glad you take notes. We will get that. We will get that on for the next meeting if that's okay.
Yes, okay, that's good. My last comment is I did enjoy having all these project details in the minutes. I hope we can continue to get that. That was very helpful. Is there any questions?
I'm good.
Do they, we gonna do any kind of exciting like ribbon cutting when we open the new building on Santa Fe? And it's not a business in town, like, but I'm excited about it, so.
You know, that's a good question. Let me get with Danica and see maybe that's more her cup of tea.
Sure.
And besides that, I like putting her on the spot.
And then you'll plan it on a day when I can come, because I'm teaching children, so.
But on that line, I am excited to be able to go there and have a meeting and see the place.
That would be very cool.
I would, to be truthfully honest, I'd rather have our meetings there. It makes it easier for Aaron and myself because we don't have to come down here. I'm not that, you know, and we've got more information. If you guys have questions, our computers and stuff are right there and
Yeah.
we can dig into things a little bit better. But we'll see how it goes. But I would like to have at least, once we get open, get it up and running, I would like to have one meeting down there to give you guys an opportunity to meeting/tour the building more in depth.
Yeah, and to that point, I mean, I'm a teacher, so I can't do any tours right now. But like come summer, I'd love a tour of all the facilities again. It's been a while since I've been out to
Nope, that's,
any of the places. So
anytime you want to run around and look at something, just swing in the office and I'll be more than glad to either myself or get one of the staff to take you where you need to go. That's
Well,
no problem.
It's been quite a while for me too, and I know there's so much improvements that have gone on. It would be great if you could schedule a day to maybe that all of us could go and see all the facilities.
We can do that. We'll wait, maybe wait till the weather gets a little nicer. If
Yeah.
Well, summer would probably
Yeah.
be best.
Nope, that's fine. We'll just
I was
line,
thinking more fall. Summer gets too hot. I remember I went to the water treatment out at Hillsdale and stuff, and oh my God, that was so hot.
Well, we want to accommodate Bryce here. So.
you know, I appreciate
we'll
it.
wait till December and take him.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But no, we'll get something scheduled and get something lined up. Maybe we can have have an earlier meeting type scenario or something.
Okay. And I was looking. There's something in the back of my mind from a long time ago with GONS that I can't. I'm trying to go back and find the meetings and recall because it's been a couple of years. So I'm gonna try to do that before the next meeting and get with you, or if it's the day of, then I'll just bring it.
Just drop me an email too.
Yep.
If it's something we need to look at or dig up, then we can have the information ready for you at the meeting.
Yeah. So I will be on the lookout. I guess is what I'm saying.
No, that's
I'll
fine.
let you know whenever I find it.
Nope, that'd be great.
are there any other questions, comments?
Well, thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made by Augustine, seconded by Poplon. To adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I'm not gonna talk today.